All right, so now we're ready to continue how to get my 3% hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to use one of my disposable test tubes here. All right, so now I have my test tube 2. We're going to add 10 drops of hydrogen peroxide. All right. And then I'm also going to need some NaOH. All right. So let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That one needs to be disposed. Add 3 drops of NaOH. Your test tube 2. NaOH. 6 molar. 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look at that. Alright. Let's stir that around. Now we need next to check the pH. Easiest way to check this pH is to use a stirring rod. So there's my stirring rod. Alright, and because I need to stir this anyway. So get that stirred around. It's all bubbly from the hydrogen peroxide. Now, I'm just going to take a drop of it and put it on my pH paper. Still acidic. Alright, so let's add some more NaOH. Stir it around. Put it on my pH paper. Still acidic. Still appears to be acidic. I'm about to go get some litmus paper. Alright. Get my blue litmus paper here. Now this should be basic, but anyway. Let's see. Nope, still turns the blue litmus paper red. I think we're getting closer now. Hey, how about that? Definitely took more than I would have thought. Okay, so now, once it's basic, add 3 additional drops. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, let's stir the mixture again. And then we're going to put it in our hot water bath for 3 minutes. It says a dark precipitate will form. I think we're already there. But let's go here, scoot that down. All right. 3 minutes it is. Alright, so while that is, look at this dark precipitate. Alright, what does the procedure say about a dark precipitate? It's still not been 3 minutes yet, but let's show you what else I've done while this has been heating, and it continues to heat. All right, so I'm gonna centrifuge it again, but not yet. So I'm gonna centrifuge it, and then I'm going to decant it into my test tube number 5. So I've got test tube 5 out and ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna save it in test tube 5. Then I have my NaOH here to wash it, as well as my distilled water. So let's check on see if it's been 3 minutes. Not quite, but pretty close. Look at all that. I'm gonna stir this again and see if I can get a little bit of this liquid to go down. Off the walls, because I don't want that to interfere. It shouldn't. The centrifuge should take care of that. I may centrifuge it a little bit longer, but just to make sure. Now, why do you think that we would be heating things? Think about the stuff that we talked about in chapter 17 and how solubility is affected by heat. That might have something to do with it. So you heat things and some things become more soluble. I bet that's what we're doing. All right, it has now been 3 minutes, so let's centrifuge this thing. All right, back into the centrifuge we go. Centrifuge this on high, maybe a little bit longer than I would normally do it. Wants to be at least 30 seconds on high, but so when I get done with this, I'm going to pour the liquid into test tube 5. So there's test tube 5. And then I'm going to wash what I have left in this test tube, which is test tube 4. It and centrifuge it again. All right, let's go back. So far I've tested for 3 ions. Now, I put all these ions in there, so it should be a positive test, right? Good. But the reason I'm doing this is so you know what a positive test looks like, and I want you to write me a really good description of everything on your lab report of what a positive test looks like. All right, so here from test tube 2 into test tube 5. All right, so that's test tube 5. Now I'm just going to leave that alone. We'll need it for later. So 10 drops of this bad boy here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 drops of distilled water. Alright. Let's stir this up again. Since we're supposed to wash the precipitate, we want to make sure we get all of the stuff washed. Make sure, kind of agitate what got centrifuged away. Alright, back in the centrifuge it goes. there's a lot of centrifuging that's going on right here. All right. So there it is. Now I have centrifuged it. So that was step 13. So now I need to discard my wash water. I'm going to do that in my waste. All right. So now we are ready for step 14.